Hi guys, this is FM Andrei Punin from Ukraine, and it is the first video from the video series that are dedicated to the Catalan Opening and the open variation. So let's start with these moves: d4, knight f6, c4, e6, g3, d5, knight f3, bishop e7. Before moving to the next moves, I want to say that this video series are also my contribution to the forum, Immortal Chess Forum, because I took a lot of information from it. So I will say what sources were used while preparing these video lectures. After bishop e7, it is the starting position, because the alternative is d takes e4. Maybe I show you it sometimes later, but bishop e7. So the sources were the first one and the main one, Jan Gustafsson for the Catalan Opening for Black for Chess24. The other sources were the mega database, the correspondence database, the database of the site chessopenings247.com, and of course I used Stockfish to check out all the lines that I'm presenting. So thanks to all contribution members that provided me with this software, video and databases, and that's my view on the Catalan Opening, the open variation. So here I can choose something else, but we'll talk about bishop g2, castles, and d takes c4, which is the absolute main line. And here white can choose bishop queen c2 or knight e5, and in the series of videos we are talking about knight e5. Here it's an easy choice for black. Knight c6, the only real alternative is c5, but I don't trust in the black position after it. So knight c6, and here white has to choose bishop c6. So knight c6, knight c6 we will be talking about it later. Now bishop c6, b takes c6, and knight c6. And here's the first important moment which I want to share you with, because here black has three options: queen e8, queen d7, and queen d6. And after it, white just takes on e7, and the same position arises, but it's a complex one, because queen e8 and queen d7 are good moves, but queen d6 is an inaccuracy. Why? Because here, and it was in my last year's game, I just played knight e7, but queen a4 is possible. Why queen a4? Because the only reasonable move for black is bishop b7, and now after knight takes e7, queen takes e7. Let's check this position and compare it with queen e8, knight takes e7, queen takes e7, and here after queen c2, if black chooses bishop b7, it's the same position, but it's a bad choice. Queen can stay on c2 or on a4, it doesn't really matter. So in this particular position, black can choose e5 or c5 when queen is standing on e4. The only real way is to play e5, but bishop b7 is just a loss of tempo, because white can take the pawn, queen takes c4. Yes, black has some compensation, but a pawn is a pawn. So please be ready for it and just play queen d7 or queen e8, not queen d6. However, queen e8, knight takes e7, queen takes e7. And this video will be about white's two rare moves, but both of them are quite poisonous. The first one is b3, that move was used by no other than Grandmaster Vallejo Pons in the game against Harikrishna, and I think that Vallejo got an excellent position, almost winning, because it's not clear at all how to equalize with black. Yes, Harikrishna played the first move right, rook d8, with the idea to play c5 at some point, but after b takes c4 he played c5, and that is very bad pin. And of course c5 is an idea, but how to use it? The correct move is queen d7. So there will be no pin, and black just wants to play c5 now. Excellent move. If, for example, white chooses bishop b4, b2, c5, e3, rook b8, bishop c3, bishop b7, and it's very high pressure, so I think that white simply should play d5 and bishop takes f6, regaining back the pawn with an equal position. The engine shows that actually bishop g5 is the move. White just gives up e3 pawn, we take it, bishop d4, knight a3, and all that you should know about this line, that in here black should do computer style move, stockfish style, I must say, queen d7, because otherwise white has some pressure, because they have good development. But after queen d7, black just wants to play bishop b7 and then queen c6. So white should trade the queens, and here we have an equal endgame, nothing special. Well, so the move b3 is quite a tricky one, and the other tricky move I used myself last year. I played here knight a3. My opponent played rook d8, and it's a good move, because now white should give up the d4 pawn. I played queen c2, because after knight c4, just c5, and the d4 pawn falls due to the pin on the d file. So queen c2, and here my opponent took on d4, and I was happy in that game. Bishop e3, rook d8, knight c4, knight d5, f3, knight takes. Just black has these pawns. The f3 pawn is very good. It's playing against bishop c8. Actually, it was a draw, but I don't like black's position at this point. So the better way is just to give up the c4 pawn, playing bishop a6. In the Volokitin Kravtsiv rapid game, white tried queen a4, but after rook d6, bishop f4, there is very concrete approach. It's queen d7, just trying to exchange queens, and if queen a5, rook c6, and the c7 and pawn and the c4 pawn are protected, and black has no problems at all. So the other possible movement, the main one, is knight takes c4, but here we already play c5, d takes c5, queen takes c5, b3, bishop c4. And here white can choose. The trickiest move is bishop b2. Other moves were tried, for example in Sugiura Faranyan game queen c4, but it's nothing at all. Queen c4, b takes c4, rook d8, bishop b2, rook c4, rook a1, rook a8, rook c4, rook c4, rook c1, rook c1, bishop c1, king f8. Yes, white has bishop, and it's a Capablanca rules. The bishop against knight is a small advantage, but it's not that kind of endgame. In this position is just an equal game. The other move was tried, b takes c4, but it's like queen takes c4, rook d8, bishop e3, queen takes c4, queen takes c4, rook takes c4, rook fc1, and rook a4. So white managed to save more pieces in the game, but black is attacking the a2 pawn. So in one game Feller played a3, and after h6 bishop c5, rook c8, f3, rook a6, king f2, knight d5. That was an equal game. Another game Volokitin tried against Vaitasik, rook c2, nothing special at all. Knight d5, bishop c5, rook c8, rook a1, h5 is an equal game. So white can play bishop b2, more tricky move, but nothing special. As bc, rook a8 in Swapnil Ganguly game. White tried rook a1, but after queen a5, bishop f6, gf, b takes c4, rook d2, queen a4, rook takes c2. White should give a perpetual check at some moment, because the a pawn is better than the c pawn. And the main line goes bishop f6, gf6, rook fc1, and here black should do 2 or 3 concrete moves, and the game is a draw. So the first one is queen a5, and after b takes c4, rook d4. The idea is that white has an extra pawn, but if white promotes it further, c5, then we just play rook d5, c6, rook d6, c7, rook d7, and the position is completely equal. And if white wants to give up the queen, it's nothing at all. Rook a b1, rook d4, queen c4, rook c4, rook c4, queen e2, ve versus so, rook a4, just a6 protecting the pawn. Of course white should play here rook c7, but it's also a draw. Queen a2, rook b7, because e5 protecting everything, and after rook a7 there is a perpetual check. Queen b1, king g2, queen a4. So let's make some conclusions. When you face knight e5, then that move, black has no problems at all if they know theory, but the only concrete drawback of this line is that it's very drawish for black. If you are facing much weaker player, then knight e5 could be a problem for you, because if white just wants draw, then white achieves a draw. So it's a problem of the open variation of the Catalan Opening. But no other problems. If you know such lines, black is completely equalizing, and all endgames are very equal. So thanks for watching this video series, and see you again soon.